Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we're going to be discussing about the solution of assignment number 2 of semester spring 2025, that is CS301 data structures practical. The due date to submit that assignment is 30th June 2025, but you would also be able to submit that assignment till 1st July 12 a.m. Okay, so the instructor has mentioned us some of the few points which we are going to be taking care of uh, during solving this assignment. That they have written that you'd be going to be getting a 0 mark if the code does not compile, if .cpp file is not submitted in the assignment, or your file is corrupt, or you have copied someone else's assignment and submitted it, and STL is used. And if we move forward, the instructor has mentioned us that you have to submit one CPP assignment 2 file with this title, assignment 2 template CS301. Now afterwards, they have also mentioned that you are required to use dev C++ IDE, or you can also use any other online IDE to compile your code. They have also mentioned that you are required to write your code in within the comment or below that comment. They have also mentioned that you're going to be working with the following functions, which we are going to be discussing later. All right. So these are the learning objectives: C++ without relying on STL containers, insertion, search, deletion, in-order traversal, titles and prices using the BST logic. Now the BST is binary search tree, and to observe how in-order traversal maintains sorted order within the BST. Now there's a scenario over here that the instructor has mentioned us, that a bookstore wants to manage wants to manage its catalog of book efficiently. So they are saying that the bookstore has a couple of books, numerous books that they want to manage in form of the catalog. Your task is to implement a binary search tree in C++ to store and manage books within the prices. The sample books they have given us, that in form of these books, that these books should be a part of the book catalog. These books should be a part of book catalog by default. So that means that when you have written the code before the insertion of books, these books should be present over there in order to make that assignment a legitimate or valid to be marked or graded. So moving forward, the the tutors have mentioned us that the BST implementation, book management, and binary search tree, book stored by price, key, and title, insertion, deletion, search, and traversal operations. That is all under the BST implementations. Now, after that, the student specific customization, the VUID based custom book creation, last digit extraction of the student ID, custom price calculation. Okay, let me just tell you or explain to you what does that mean. Okay, that is my pencil. If your VU ID is BC 1, 2, 3, 4, so let's suppose that 4 is the last digit of your VU ID. In order to solve this assignment, we also have to study or understand what these core functionalities are, what these elements are, which have been discussed in this assignment. First of all, we're going to be discussing BST, binary search tree. Now, what BST is? BST none other than is just a fact that, for example, let me just take my text tool here. BST is nothing other than descending to ascending order, but in bottom direction. So what does that mean? So let me just take my pencil. First of all, for example, there is a number that is 500. Now, before 500, there's 499, right? We have got to make it as a tree. So before 500, so whatever the entry less than 500 would be inserted on the left side of 500. So I'm just gonna making a arrow, and on the left side we're gonna make it 499, and whatever the value that is higher than 500, that is going to be printed on the right side of 500, that is 501. That is just an example to show you guys that how it works. For now, it can be further expanded or further discussed. The it's not necessary that the subsequent amount of values would be inserted before or after the initial value. That is the initial value. Now, the 499, the value which is kind of lower value than 499, that would be 300. So 300 would be printed at this side of the tree. And what is after 499? That is 500. Before 500, that what would be the value before 500? That would be 500. After 500, that would be 502, maybe 503. So that is how actually the binary search tree works, and that is what our assignment is all about. So let me just rub it all from here, and let's let's see what they have mentioned over here. They have mentioned that book management using binary search tree. So the book management function would be implemented over here with respect to binary search tree, with implementation of this binary search tree method. Books stored by price, key, and title, that is also be a part of binary search tree. Insertion, deletion, search, and traversal. By the way, all of these operations will be following a BST, that is binary search tree. And after that, there are student specific calculation. For example, they have mentioned that VUID based custom book creation. What they have mentioned is that you have to create a custom book on basis of BST. Your VUID last digit would be extracted and print, printed with the book price. So what they have mentioned is that, for example, your VU ID is VC 230 2309845, for example, whatever it may be. So for example, let's just take this example that your VU ID's last digit is 6. Now the program should be able to pick 6, which would be added to 500. What does that mean? That for the basic and initial value of the new or custom book would be 500. Now, if the last digit of your VU ID is 6, so this 500 would be uh, added with 6. So 506, 500 plus 6 is equals to 506. Now that should be the price of your book, which would be the custom book. That methodology or terminology would be implemented in this program as well. Now, the core functionalities, if we talk about our core functionalities, so the add book function would be there, the remove book function would be there, that inserts book, remove books, print in order, prints book, find book, that is used to find books. Those functions should be written in the code snippet that has been attached by the VU staff. Now, after that, there's an error handling part as well, that you have got to take care of duplication, price detection, empty tree handling, comprehensive search feedback. So, what does that mean? That it should be able to detect the duplication in the price of the book, empty tree handling, and then comprehensive search feedback should be also there. Now the output, if we talk about the output should be in the form that it should have the clear header. The header should be displaying your view ID and the title of the program, and then there should be a visual book listing. First of all, that your header, which includes your name, your view ID, and your program title, then visual book listing, and then status message for all of the operations. We're gonna be discussing it later. Student ID displayed throughout. Student ID, make sure to include your student ID throughout your program. So in order to have your full marks in this assignment. If we go further, so that is written that replace student ID operations, initial tree built with 5 sample books. That when you're gonna be making this program, so the initial books would be 5 books which were mentioned here. These are the 5 books which would be included in the initial part of the book before you include the custom book into those 5 books. So the custom book inserted using view ID last digit, as we discussed, the tree displayed before or after insertion, book search demonstration, or custom book deletion. Now, what are these parts are? These parts would be implemented in the major program, in the class of the program, that view ID part, insertion, book search demonstration, and custom book deletion. These all would be done with with the help of these four functions: add book, remove book, print in order, find book. And they have also showed us the sample output, what the sample output looks like. So if you would look over here, there's a student ID BC 123456789. So the last digit was 9 of this view ID, so they have picked up 9, and the custom book price has become 509. 500 plus 9 would be 509. So as they had discussed, that in order traversal before inserting the custom book are actually those five books which were which they had talked about previously. Now after inserting the book, that our custom book has been printed over here, as you can see, with 509. And these are the operations which have been added up with search book function. And after that, in order traversal, after deleting the custom book. So what are we actually doing here is that first we're extracting the digit. Second, we're printing the already given book titles and prices in order in form of binary search tree. And after adding the custom book with this methodology of view ID last digit, so after that the custom book inclusion has been made into the already given books. And after that, there's a search book operation has been done, and then they have finally deleted the book which had been added into the custom book, which had been added in form of custom book. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing in this. So all what has been taught here is the concept of BST, binary search tree. So let me tell you one thing, that actually they had already given us this code, this snippet of code. And what they had told us in this code, that they told that insert book into BST, that is exactly what we had discussed over here. in the add book function would insert the books. Now the to do number 2 is delete books by price from BST. Now what the delete book would do is that they would delete the book by price from BST using this remove book. And what after then they have discussed 2 to 3 with us, and they have asked us to do the in order traversal to print the books. So, what is in order traversal? That is just the implementation of BST. So, we have to include the book in accordance with the BST. So, number 4 is the book search by price. We have to make the methodology and functionality within the code snippet that would search the book by price, as shown here. As shown here, that the searching for custom book 509 custom book, basically the books book which had been added into the already existing list of books would be performing this sort of operation, that would be searched over here. So that search function would be performed by find books function. So in order to make all of these things possible to run or compile, we have got to write these our code into this part, the subsequent and relevant parts, which the instructor has written comment over here for us. And fortunately, we don't have to write all the code because we have already written one here in the program is compiler. So if you go to programmist dot if you go to programmist C++ compiler. You can search on Google. The search result would be appeared. You can click on the number one search result to get into this part. So yes, the to-do number here is the insert book into the BST. So we have written code book node, that is pointer, add book node, pointer node, in we have given int with price, then string with title. Have completed all the to-dos, the program would look like this. As you can see, in order traversal before inserting custom books, C++ primer, clean code, algorithms unlocked, design patterns, intro to AI. Then when we had added that custom book into our already existing list of books, that custom book is already here. After that, all five books which were there already, and the search book function is here. And after that, after deleting that custom book, those five books are here back, which were available by default. Okay, so this was the assignment. If you would like to have this assignment, or if you would like to have the paid services of assignment, LMS services, you can contact me on the given number, which is available in the description. So yeah, that was the assignment. That is all solved. If you do that assignment the way I have shared with you, you'd be able to have full marks, inshallah. And if you would like to have this assignment, or if you would like to have this assignment in paid form, you can contact me anytime at the given number in the description. Thank you so much.